Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to the Sunday recap, my weekly vlog where I talk a little bit about my last week in games. As always, we will start with EVE Online, and well, at the moment I'm eagerly awaiting any news. It's FanFest in like 10 days, so to be honest, it should be an information-filled 10 days if CCP still goes with the pattern of giving us dev blogs and information on the future development before FanFest itself, so that they can have in-depth discussions with the attendees there. So let's hope that we get some nice dev blogs and that we actually get that roadmap in the upcoming days. For my EVE Online gameplay, I did a little bit of the hunt early on, especially when there were 2 battleships spawning. That was pretty damn awesome. After that, I switched a little bit to just a regular exploration with the Gila. I need to work on the tank, but you'll hear more about that later. For the hunt itself, I did notice that there's a lot less competition for the site, so there's more sites available. People will actually leave to go find another site because it's so easy to do now when you're actually starting one. So if you still want to get in on the hunt, it's only up until April 3rd, so yeah, then you definitely want to get that grind going right now. It's the time to do so. You'll find lots of sites, but you won't have the advantage of the double battleship spawn. As I've said in the video, I do think it's an interesting bug that will hopefully turn into a sort of a mechanic that CCP might employ in the future. If you want to encourage some more cooperative gameplay, for instance with 2-man fleet, the 2 battleships are actually perfect because they will automatically distribute the loot that way, or give you a mechanic to distribute the loot that way. So I thought it was a pretty funny bug, and definitely made for a couple of interesting days when I was doing the hunt in the Onyx. Next to that, I am still doing the BPCs. I did switch it up a little bit there. I'm doing a weekly run now, and I've also set all of my jobs so that once a week I have to get back on the research right Taru and put the jobs for the blueprint copies back. So it's a little bit less work. It's also a little bit less ISK that way, because if you're more on the ball, then you do sell more BPCs in a week, but it's a little bit easier because I am spending some more time in other games as well at the moment. But yeah, let's hope for some awesome news when it comes to FanFest and the future development for EVE Online. I am training up my missile skills and my shield skills, and at some point I am going to, of course, invest in a golem, see how that works, and I'm hoping that it comes close to like the ultimate mission ship. But I must say, with those incredible items that drop from the hunt, which are perfect for the Gila, they'll be perfect for the rattlesnake as well. So maybe the rattlesnake might actually end up being better if you invest in those items than a golem when it comes to missions, because the sheer DPS output should be absolutely amazing. Next to EVE Online, which I would say I still played around an average amount of EVE Online, I also played a pretty good amount of World of Warcraft. Can't really put an average on that just yet. I am getting close to farming mode, I think, where basically I just do a regular maintenance run that doesn't take all that much time. But last week was a lot of fun playing together with Dagarn, and we just went after world quests in Argus, which yield you some Veiled Arcanite, which you can then trade in for eye level 9-10 gear, which is of course a big upgrade for some of the pieces that I still have. So I think I have to do like 1 more armor piece and then 2 relics that I can upgrade that way, and then I am actually done with it. But that's been a very fun experience, to be honest, and especially when you are slightly lower in gear, these can be tricky to do alone, but if there's a second person there, it's just a blast to go through. So I did that together with Dagarn. He's playing a druid at the moment, and I'm on my shaman, so he's mostly feral. He tends to just do the DPS and try to tank the damage. I do DPS and I try to heal him when he needs it, and that way we've been able to just go from world boss to world boss, which often drops Veiled Arcanite, and then we just go looking for chests, which also yields you Veiled Arcanite, and then we select the best or the easiest world quest themselves, so that we can get up there and actually get that easy gear. So this is a very nice catch-up mechanic. If you want to get higher up in gear, then you should definitely make your way to Argus and try to do the world quest there. Another interesting aspect are the invasion points, I think they're called. So you go through a portal, and there you actually try to just join a random group and and finish the small dungeon that's available there. That was actually surprisingly fun, and it's always super crowded there. Maybe on servers that are less active you'll have a harder time, but I think it's actually cross-server. So these invasion points, well, you just go in there, join a group, blast around a little bit, everything gets destroyed in no time in a massive raid, and there you go, you get the rewards. On top of that, we combine that with some of the quest lines as well, which yielded us lots of failed organites from there too. And as a result, I've been gearing up my my shaman. I think it's like 925 or something like that now, which I feel pretty good about. And after that, as I've said, I don't really have the ambition to go into the mythic raiding or mythic dungeons or anything like that. So I think it's just going to be some more BGs, some more working on my professions, which at the moment I'm fishing, you know, just like mining in EVE Online. I'm fishing a little bit in World of Warcraft, but since my cooking, I don't have any recipes that can increase my cooking, I'm just selling my raw materials now, and it's actually pretty good gold as well. So overall, I'm having a lot of fun with World of Warcraft, and I'm getting closer and closer to really have my shaman up and running and ready for battle for Azeroth. After that, we have a little bit of Hearthstone. This is usually when I am a little bit more tired, like from work or something like that, and I don't know exactly what I want to do. Don't really want to get online and get in a group for some BGs or something like that for World of Warcraft. Then I just do a quick solo dungeon in Hearthstone. I still think that it's a lot of fun. It's something that's really relaxed, and the replayability of that is completely crazy, because you never know what kind of a deck is going to be available to you, and there's always some very fun combinations that you can try out. So I'm still trying to get a Death Rattle deck that would be super cool, but just whenever I get the power right off the bat, I don't usually get lots of Death Rattle cards, although I did just play one with a Warlock where there's like lots of demons, and one of them you play him, if he dies, he summon one demon from your hand, and then of course he summoned two of them, and I had several really powerful ones there. So that was a very nice combination. It just didn't play out that much with the double Death Rattle mechanic, but yeah, Hearthstone is definitely one of the relaxing games at the moment. And you know, usually I play Banished when I'm looking to relax, but Hearthstone is a quick fix. It's like half an hour, do a dungeon, try something new there, and then, you know, you're good to go. You can go on to whatever you want to do next. Banished is a bit more long term. That's if, for instance, I really don't want to do anything all too intense for an entire evening, then I'll jump into some Banished and play that for several hours on end. But for Hearthstone, there is a new expansion coming out as well. I am not grinding anything for that. We'll just see how the game evolves from that point on. But at the moment, I mean, it's free to play, and you don't need any cards for those solo adventures, for the dungeons in what is it, Goblins and Gnomes, I think it's called, or something like that. And there, it's massive fun, and the replayability of that for me is completely bonkers. So I still play Hearthstone from time to time, and I still have some gold for some arenas, but I feel like there I need to definitely dedicate some real time in order to do my best for an arena. I would feel it be a bit of a waste if I'd played that super casually, whereas those solo adventures, I mean, you just jump in, try something new, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, and yeah, some RNGs that's popping up on the screen there, and it's a lot of fun, very random, but lots of fun. And for my final game, we have a little bit of Diablo 3, so I had to do it. I had to play some more Diablo 3 to try and finish the barbarian, which eventually I managed to do. So I still needed the boots called the Lut Socks, I think, and they give you the ability to use leap 3 times in a row within 2 seconds before the cooldown starts. Very powerful, of course, when every leap creates an earthquake, which is a massive damage area. So I eventually got them. It's true Canai's Cube. I honestly think that if you're hunting for that one specific legendary for the usually for Canai's Cube power as well, it's just upgrade rares that is going to get you there eventually. So you just buy what you need from Kadala, you get lots of rares there. You don't usually get that many legendaries from her, but then you just you know, put some rares in Canai's Cube, upgrade them to legendaries, and there you can usually cycle through what you need pretty damn efficiently. Although it took me some time, one specific item does take a little bit of a grind. I am pretty happy with with the barbarian. Now super mobility because I'm combining leap with my furious charge, and so I can do 3 leaps. And then I can furious charge as much as I want, as long as I hit up to like 5 enemy targets or something like that. So it's super mobile, and when there is a rare mob, I can just surround them with 3 earthquakes that just kills anything pretty quickly. I'm not sure up to which rift level I went, but I think it's like 38 or something like that, and all of that is like super easy mode, so I have 0 risk of dying. I can just clear that with the timer at maybe like a quarter of the time or something like that. Yeah, that barbarian has surprised me quite a little bit. I usually like something like the wizard or the demon hunter, where I can go ranged, really become a glass cannon and just melt everything that's in front of me. But now seeing that crazy mobility from that barbarian, I must say it's better. It's faster, it's more efficient. I got through the season more quickly, and now he feels really powerful. And on top of that, I can just get into one of those rifts and use the leap for mobility as well. So leap as far away as I can, and then if there's enough enemies, I can just furious charge through them, and you can really look for those rare mobs at a much faster pace than anything I've played before. So I enjoyed that quite a lot, and actually look forward to another season of Diablo 3 in the future. That's it for this week, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.
Impossible. You wilt against my blow.